sometimes there's a certain point where we don't know exactly what's going to be best to lead to that. And there's no question to me, right? Like, without the massive propaganda campaign of the corporate press, without the unprecedented, outrageous, tyrannical policies of the lockdowns and the mandates and the vaccine passports and all of this stuff, there's no question that we'd be in 2019, you know? And so now we're not, because of all of those things. And so the idea that you'd say, well, look, whatever can get us kind of back to 2019, whatever can usher that back in. Yeah, it may not be perfectly libertarian in the moment, but it's also not perfectly libertarian to say, well, look at all of that and respond with nothing.
Yeah, I like I said to start this all off, I don't want to live like this for the rest of my life. Like, I'm sorry. I really enjoyed my life pre-lockdowns, and I will fight until I die to get it back. So that's how I feel about it. And if you feel me on that, then you should be willing to consider that perhaps the most principled libertarian stand is we stand by and we watch all of this tyranny happen and none of us pick up weaponry to go fight and defend ourselves. Well, then you're going to end up in a dystopic nightmare, because we have existed in one for quite a while now. And I'm unwilling to allow this to continue. I think a lot of people feel the same way, but they're not really willing. Like, they would rather feel as if they're principled and correct, and just that's what they want. And I just don't care. Like, I know that may make me sound as if like, oh, I'd be capable of great evil. My intention is to retrieve my liberty and nothing more. I'm not trying to take anyone's freedom away. I just want mine back. And that's, you know, that's my principle. And I it bothers me that people they don't seem to have the same urgency about this. And I've been doing this show for a year and a half now, and it's there's so much that's happening week after week that's tyrannical and insane that I can't even fill enough shows. Like, I don't even do enough shows to cover everything. It's unbelievable how rapidly things have sped up. And granted, I wasn't doing a show before, so maybe I wasn't paying attention, but I'm pretty damn sure, and you can confirm or deny, that things have gotten fucking nuts over the past 2 years.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So yeah, it's, I mean, today on the morning news, Fauci says he cannot dismiss the concept of further lockdowns. And then I had a buddy today DM me who's got military context, and I don't want to scare people, but he threw out the idea. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, because I don't really like to start rumors, but the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I think it's very important that we are galvanized instantaneously on this if it happens, is that they are considering a federal level lockdown of the unvaccinated in this country. That's what he heard. That's what he heard, that they are doing operations to prepare for with the military. It's happened in a lot of other countries across the planet, and that's the only reason I'm mentioning it, because I wouldn't have thought it possible 2 years ago, but now I have to take it seriously. This shit is serious. Like, it is very, very serious, and I'm doing everything in my power to prevent a hot conflict, which I feel like if we go down this path not too many steps further, that's where we're going to end up. And ultimately, my greatest driving force is peace. And I don't want war, but I also want to be free. So I have to balance all of these things out. I have to try not to end up in hot conflict, but I also have to try not to become a slave, because I will not be one. So, you know, where everyone finds the balance in that is up to the individual.
Yeah, no, I think that's exactly right. Well, you see it. Look, New York declaring a state of emergency is that was an ominous sign that something, because all that really means is it's like, look, we've basically declared dictatorship again.
Yep.
And so just so you know, whatever comes next, we have a right to do this. And there's, I mean, something like the numbers in New York City right now, or it was New York State, I'm sorry, that declared it, but the numbers in New York City right now, which is the majority of the, highly densely populated area, it's a few dozen hospitalizations a day. There's no numbers that justify this. It's just, well, there's this new variant coming, and so we predict. Like, there's been a lot of we predicts over the last year and a half that have not come true. They were just saying that in October there was supposed to be some huge spike in the Delta variant. Well, never came true. And then they just move on. Same with Florida. Florida will spike up and they'll go, Florida is going to, in 2 weeks from now, Florida is going to be a zombie land. And then it just goes back down. And then they just move on to the next thing. So
yeah, well,
fuck
Florida's now the
predicts.
lowest.
Right. Yeah, right. So fuck the we predict this is going to happen or this isn't going to happen.